This is the fourth month, and today is the fifth day. And this year is 2023. In case you don't know, okay. But then what can we say? Welcome to my belt on radio. Welcome to my time just right here on this super dial. On this mega dial. Okay, on this super mega dial. 90.3 FM. I call it the best radio station around. And of course, you agree with me. Check your time is 12:45 p.m. Nigerian time, West African time. And of course, wherever you are this time around, you in the diaspora, you in Nigeria, you in Lagos, it's time to talk. It's time to discuss. It's time to talk about our dear country, Nigeria. All right, but what's my name? Hear me. My friends call me Sweet MC. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. So I want to officially say welcome to my belt on radio. Of course, today is Wednesday, and I am not just alone in the studio to discuss, okay? I'm with a man I would describe as someone who has got many parts. Yeah. When you talk about finance, he's there. When you talk about writing, he's there. When you talk about a whole lot, politics is there. When you talk about which area again now? Almost everywhere. He's there. He's there. He's a boss. He is a writer. He is a philosopher. He is a researcher. He is an economist. And in case you don't know, let me announce to you that he is a senior journalist. Well, you get to meet him. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Peter Anosike. He's just right here in the studio. Beautiful afternoon to you, sire.
Same to you, Jude. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, good to have you join us today. I think it's like the first time we'll be discussing politics. Yeah, other times we've been discussing maybe business or, the economy or stuff. It's the first time we're discussing politics. Yeah, welcome to the studio again. Yes. All right. Don't forget that we are streaming live on all of our social media platforms, and I like it when you go join me, on YouTube. All right, that is VOP 90.3 FM. Yeah, on YouTube, VOP 90.3 FM, or maybe you can just type it in full, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Okay, yeah, and of course I would also want you to, get to the comment section and also drop your comments as we roll today. Okay? So, let's set the sail this afternoon. All right, let's get talking quickly. Peter Anosike, how would you, again, in your own words, describe the previous election? I've heard from several persons, but I want to get your own feel, your own view, your own opinion as to how the election went, your own way. Let's hear from you.
Well, I want to start with what you said, that this is the first time that we are discussing politics. And I feel that everybody should discuss politics, because they say that we are all political animals. And that you're not interested in politics does not mean that politics will not be interested in you.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
That you're not interested in politics does not mean that politics will not be interested in you.
Okay.
Because whatever you do, politics must always affect you through their policies and so on and so forth. Okay, for the just concluded election, if it's not concluded yet, mind you, Adamawa is still there.
Okay.
There are still some reruns in some states and so on and so forth. So the whole thing is a sham.
You call it a sham?
Sham. It is a waste of resources. If Nigeria is where accountability is in practice, Mahmoud Yakub should now be asked to tell us how you spent this 300 billion.
But then he should be asked.
So it's a waste of resources.
But then we have a president-elect, whether you like it or not.
Well, a president-select, let us not use that word elect until the Supreme Court says so. Because I want to start with, people thought that the election was rigged on 25th of February. No. The election was rigged more than 2 years ago. So 25th of February was just a manifestation of what had been going underground for the past 2-3 years.
Okay.
I will tell you what I mean. One, in this country, we don't even have political parties. What you just have is gangs. Understand me? Because where they are practicing a democracy has different departments, different segments. Just like in America, the Republicans and Democrats, they have legal units. They have research units.
Okay.
And this helps them to monitor what is going on in the society. Okay, let me bring the issue of Festus Okoye, who is the INEC's head of voter education and also acting as an INEC spokesperson. Now, between 1999 and 2010, we have just two main election observation group in the country.
Okay.
They are TMG first, Transition Monitoring Group, which has Festus Okoye as the founder. So Festus Okoye was the founder of Transition Monitoring Group. And if you go back to history, check all their publications. TMG has been working for the opposition. That's against PDP.
Oh, really?
TMG,
Okay.
which is headed by Festus Okoye, has been working for the opposition. Google, check all their publications. It was because they were working for the opposition, then ACN, that Olufemi Adowo was asked to form RMG, Right Monitoring Group, which I'm a member.
Okay.
So RMG was formed to counter
To tackle
TMG.
Okay.
Do you understand that? So from 2000,
I think you need to get close to the microphone
Okay.
a little. Yeah.
from 2000
Better.
up to Festus Okoye was secretly drafted into INEC. He was working for ACN, then APC. Do you understand that?
What was the RMG? What was the role of the RMG? Let's
Okay.
know.
Let me just give you what RMG is doing. One, TMG stands for Transition Monitoring Group.
Okay.
RMG stands for Rights Monitoring Group. These two are election monitoring bodies.
Okay.
So, but because TMG is always bringing reports against Maurice Yewu, against PDP, PDP have to get their own election monitoring body, which is now RMG. Okay. That's Right Monitoring Group.
Monitoring Group.
An instance, the governorship election in 2010 in Anambra, which P2B contested, Sonudo contested, was not conducted by INEC. It was conducted by a board. And that board comprised of Festus Okoye, Michael Zokeme, Femi Adowo. Why Femi Adowo was in that board was to to get a balance, because everybody knew where Festus Okoye's interest is. So in 2010, if you check, INEC did not conduct the second election of P2B. It was conducted by a board of 5. But the principal actors were Mike Ozokome, Festus Okoye, and Femi Adowo, and 2 others. So these are the people that conducted the governorship election in Anambra State in 2010. So Adowo's inclusion was strategic to balance what Festus Okoye was doing. Then, knowing this, PDP was not supposed to have accepted when Festus Okoye was drafted into INEC, because it's already what? Partisan. He was partisan. But these guys, they don't research, they don't know where anybody's coming through. For me, as I am now, if I notice any key appointment, I'll just go Google, what's the profile of this person? What is the profile of this person? From there, I'll begin to investigate him. But these political parties are not doing all that. If they are doing it, PDP should not have allowed Festus Okoye to be drafted into INEC, because everybody knew where his interest is. So this was the beginning of the rigging of the election, because he is already biased.
And this happened not just this year. I think you said 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So the rigging plan was on ground?
Started many years ago. So just 25th of April was just, February was just the manifestation. So they have been doing this one by one. And the removal of the guy that did the beavers and sent to Enugu was part of it. Do you understand? So it seems that PDP was hypnotized. All the things that they allowed to happen, they shouldn't have allowed it. Okay, an instance, PDP has no candidate in Imo West Senatorial Zone, because their senatorial candidate, Onyeriri, went to Owerri to conduct his own primaries. But if they have a nego or department, they should have advised him that Owerri don't have a different jurisdiction. So it was a case of jurisdiction that knocked the PDP senatorial candidates out in Ondo zone. But this is what a nego department should have told him. Excuse me, sir. If you go to Owerri to do your own primary, it will not be accepted because of the case of jurisdiction. So it happened. So that's why I say we don't have real political parties in Nigeria. In America, Democrats, Republicans have more than 30, 40 different departments all working.
Okay.
But here it's not so. So from day one, PDP was not supposed to have allowed Festus Okoye to be in INEC. What they did to this, what is that woman, SA to Buhari from Delta, Onochie.
Loretta Onochie.
Not Onochie. The way they protested against Onochie, that was the same way they would have protested against Festus Okoye. But they didn't. Maybe the reason being that they don't have any information on him. Or even some people in PDP were working for APC. Understand? So from day one, they were not supposed to have allowed Festus Okoye into INEC. As I tell you, he is the head of TMG, Transition Monitoring Group, which under PDP was working for the opposition. So this is where they started to get it wrong. And okay, but
how come he was left alone to, join INEC? How come he was appointed, that's a word, to be part of INEC? I'm talking about Festus Okoye now. How come no one sees this picture? No one.
That's
saw
why I said it seemed that PDP was hypnotized. It seems that he was that PDP as a party was
hypnotized. But
hypnotized.
Well, if PDP, I'm trying to balance it up. Why, some persons couldn't trace why what you're saying now 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Well, the issue is this: TMG is a nation observation group. So Festus Okoye has been working with INEC as an observer group, just like RMG. But he has been working for the opposition when PDP was in power. And who was the head of the opposition? Tinubu.
Okay.
And Tinubu made a lot of emissaries to Femi Adowo to come to his camp. Femi refused. So if Femi has accepted, maybe Femi would have also been appointed into INEC. Because what Femi was doing was the same thing that Festus Okoye was doing. But Femi refused to join Tinubu's camp. So only Festus was moved into INEC as an official.
Okay.
But knowing his interest, PDP should have resisted that. The way they resisted Narita Onochie, that's the way they would have resisted the appointment of Festus Okoye. So for me, PDP scored an own goal by not making a protest. So they were not checkmating what the APC were doing until it was too late in the day. And that is too bad. That is too bad. Okay. Rotimi Amechi, maybe out of frustration.
Yeah, I actually wanted to bring in the issue of Rotimi Amechi. He actually described, or let me say, Amechi has described elections conducted by the Independent and National Electoral Commission under the leadership of Mahmoud Yakubu as completely hopeless. That was what he said. Now, addressing journalists, he said he was one of those who kicked against Yakubu's reappointment.
Himself?
That was what he said.
I didn't see it.
He said he was one of those who kicked against Yakubu's reappointment. He said that the person who nominated Yakubu for INEC appointment is a member of Bola Tinubu's camp. I said Tinubu was declared as the winner of the president held on . Okay. According to him, let me quote him. He said, "I have spoken to everybody concerning everybody concerned on this issue before the election. There are those of us who opposed the appointment of Mahmoud Yakubu. The person who nominated him for appointment is a member of Tinubu's camp. So what were you expecting? Success?"
Okay, for me, I can say that he must have spoken out of frustration, because
frustration.
Amechi must have spoken out of frustration. He belongs to the ruling party. Do you understand that?
Oh, good.
He belongs to the ruling party. The information that just like as I told you, once any person is given major appointment, I'll Google his profile to know where he is coming from, to know what he has done in the past. So when Yakub was appointed, I didn't have that information of who nominated him, but I knew that he worked with a TED fund.
Okay.
When Nyesom Wike was the Minister for Education, so he worked under Wike, and now you can see what is happening in Rivers State. You can see what happened in the Rivers State during the 25th presidential election and what happened during the governorship election. It is still happening. As at yesterday, the APC has not been given the permission to inspect the election materials. Lots of things are happening there, and the INEC chairman is not talking, which means he is protecting some interest. But for me, what I'm saying is that if these party people are doing their work, if they are researching, they shouldn't be allowing all these kind of things. Because in Nigeria, two things are paramount. One, loyalty. Two, the highest bidder. This is what determines everything in the country. Why am I here? Who is responsible for my appointment? My loyalty will go to the person. That's number one.
Okay.
Then number two, who will bring the highest money? And it is these factors that made Yakub to announce an election that's supposed to be inconclusive. These two factors, loyalty and the highest bidder.
Really?
This is the two things that put us in the mess that we are in now. Loyalty. Who was responsible for me being on this seat? Number one. Number two, who will bring the highest? Do you understand that? And that's exactly what is also going on in Rivers State. That's what is going on in Adamawa and in other states. Loyalty to an individual, not to the country. In America, they say country first. But in Nigeria, it is maybe Godfather first. That's why we are where we are in the country today. Because some people are loyal to individuals instead of being loyal to the country. So to 99.9% of Nigerians, country doesn't come first. But those responsible for the appointments and the money bags.
Yeah. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Emeka Ozoani, SAN, has said that the independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, should not have declared, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, winner of the 2023 presidential election. Well, according to him, a presidential candidate cannot legally and constitutionally be declared the winner if such candidate fails to win the Federal Capital Territory. What is your take on this?
Okay. I was disappointed 2 days ago when Femi Fanana said that Abuja is a state. Femi Fanana saying that Abuja is a state. So if Femi Fanana can go and tell his grandchild that Nigeria now have 37 states, does it make sense? That's hypocrisy. Well,
is it a state or like a state?
He said that it's a state. I will treat that one by one.
Okay.
I'll go to that. One, all these people become who they are through what? Activism. But it's fake activism. I was the first neighbor correspondent of the Sun newspaper from 2002. And as a neighbor correspondent, we used to relate closely with all these so-called activists. And I want to tell you that apart from Chima Obane, Bamidele Aturu, Ganifa Wemi, Beko Ramson Kuti, the rest of them are fake. The rest of them just want to become popular through the Nigerian problems. So an activist has conscience. An activist fights for the masses. An activist doesn't take side with the state. Do you understand me? An activist doesn't take side with the state. Do you know Femi Fanano and Festus Kiyamo, many years back, we are fighting over who will be the EFCC nego person.
Really?
Are you aware of that? It was
Really?
bitter feud between two of them, fighting who would be under Farida. It was Femi Fanana. Under this guy, it was Festus Kiyamo. That's not activism. Activism is not a material thing. It's a thing of conscience. So for Femi Fanana to say that Abuja that Nigeria has 37 states is a mockery of himself, of the judiciary, and of whoever he represents. Now, what makes a state in the country? Every state in the country, one has a governor. Abuja has no governor. What Abuja has is FCT minister. Every state in Nigeria has local governments. Abuja don't have local government. What Abuja have is 6 area councils.
Area councils.
So area council is different from local government. Even Bayelsa has just 7 local governments because it's a riverine area. So they have just 7 local governments. So Abuja has 6 area councils. Every state in Nigeria has 3 senators. And all the states are treated the same. An instance, Kano has 44 local governments, but they have 3 senators. Bayelsa has only 7 local governments, but they still have 3 senators.
Okay.
So which means no state is more than the other one. But Abuja has just 1 senator. So it's not the issue of size or anything, which means Abuja is not a state. Now going to what the Constitution said, that for you to be declared a winner of an election, you must score 24 states and the Federal Capital Territory. And it doesn't say all. This is what that the Constitution said. Nigeria has 36 states. So 2/3 is what? 24, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's now said 2/3 and the Federal Capital Territory. The reason of getting 25% in the Federal Capital Territory is that a president shouldn't be a stranger in where he is staying. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. So those that put that thing that you must get over 25% of the votes in Abuja know why they put it there. A president must not be unpopular in Abuja. That's the key thing. A president must not be a stranger where he is staying. So you must be popular there. So that's why it was put there. 24 and the Federal Capital Territory. Now, let me give you instances. Just like, let me use the instances of Mike Ozokome. Mike Ozokome said, if I ask you, Jude, bring me 24 people and Okon. And understand? Okay. Now, Okon is making 25. So if you bring 25 people and Okon is not there, you have not done what he told you.
True.
He said 24 people and Okon, which means Okon must be there. And that's what the Constitution said. 24 and now if I say treat my house help as my, if I tell my wife, treat my house help as my son, no matter how my wife treats my house help, he has never become my son.
Your son.
What it means, give him a sense of belonging. Treat him like my son. No matter the way my wife treats him, he has not become my son. That is the same thing. And okay, let us somebody also use the WAEC. Understand?
Yeah.
If they say to get into the university, you must score 5 A's and English, or 5 credits and English. Even if you score 20 A's and get F9 in English, you will never get into the university. Because they say that WAEC did not say that one of the subjects should take over English. He said you must score 5 A's and English.
Okay.
So even if you score 20 A's but you do not get English, you will not go to the university. Because the other ones are what is known as variables. Why Abuja is constant? Do you understand that?
Very well.
The Constitution says 24 states. It did not mention any of the states. You can get any from the 36. You can get your 24 anywhere. That's variables. But Abuja is constant. And Abuja. This is very, very important.
You must also win the FCT.
And Abuja.
And Abuja.
So you can get your 24 states anywhere. You can just get your 24 states from maybe south, southeast, southwest, assuming that that they have up to 24 states. That can make you a president and Abuja. Nobody will say, no, you did not get to vote from northwest and northeast, because Constitution wasn't specific on the states. That's why they are called the variables. But the one that was mentioned is Abu and the FCT. That is constant. So even if you win the 36 states without getting Abuja, you are going nowhere. So that's why I said that INEC was not supposed to have declared that presidential result. Understand me? So even Tinubu has scored 36 states, has won the whole 36 states, but did not get Abuja. He did not win the election because the Constitution was specific and Abuja. I have given you instance with the Okon. Bring 24 people and Okon. Even if I see 100 people and Okon is not there, you have not done what I told you. Bring 24 people and Okon is not there, you have not done what I told you. Why I could say 5 credits and English. Score 10 A's and English is not there, you are not going to the university. So this is the issue of variables and constant. So the states are variable, but Abuja is constant. You must get Abuja. You must score over 25% of the votes in FCT. The president must not be a stranger in his own state where he is presiding.
Now, in addition, or let me chip this in as a question, should we also say that, aside what you said, INEC also did not recognize the irregularities, that took place during the election? I mean, that same day. You saw the way the results were collated. It took days.
They are still downloading, uploading even a month after. A month after, they are still uploading the presidential result. That Mahmoud told us that they will upload in good time. But this is somebody under pressure to deliver, to do the bidding of those that appointed him. So that's why he was saying, I'll do my own, go to court. I'll do my, and this is what I will call the Nicodemus declaration. A result that was declared in the middle of the night. That's what I should call it. Nicodemus declaration. In the history of Nigeria, there's no election that have been declared in the middle of the night. So he knew what he was doing. He was under pressure, and he wanted to please those that are behind his office. That's really what happened. Okay, he will now go, I've done mine. No. You say I should declare you winner. I have declared you winner. Okay, now imagine up to today, Adamawa result is still what pending because of what the way this thing went. Enugu and Abia were taken to Abuja. Then why was Mahmoud under pressure to declare presidential election? Why was he
and give out a certificate of return?
Why was he under pressure? So now, if you just imagine what is going on everywhere, I was seeing, I read something where they say, if you are, that's a football fan, Nottingham Forest I should be number 20 in the Premiership this now table. Okay. So somebody now did a table of his own, put Nottingham Forest as number 1 instead of Arsenal being number 1. He say if you don't like it, go to court. So that's the country that we are in at the moment.
Back to that time. A couple of I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days where results were collated. Back to the collation exercise anyway. It was like results were practically, literally trekking from state to Abuja. Trekking, all of a sudden we saw something different. But then, this is what Emeka Ozoani said. I'm trying to balance my words right now. He said, any presidential candidate who did not win the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, cannot legally and constitutionally be declared the winner of the presidential election.
That's correct.
He said the only available path to INEC is to call for a fresh nomination.
That's correct. Because if you don't meet there's no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to victory. We don't want a Maradona hand of God goal in Nigeria. The process must be followed. If the person that scored the majority vote in Abuja, being P2B, did not meet the other requirements, what will happen is fresh elections. Assuming that P2B did not meet the other requirements, what INEC should have done is to call for fresh nomination.
Maybe you should help us review how everything played out. What PDP got, what the Labour Party got, and what the APC got. 24 states, and all of that. And those who didn't win Abuja. Maybe you should help us analyze that.
Well, it's only P2B that got the 25% in Abuja. No other person.
PDP did not.
PDP did not. APC did not. Only P2B. So what I'm now saying, if P2B has gotten his constant, do you understand me? Before I was talking about variables and constants. So P2B has gotten his constant, which is Abuja. He's the only presidential candidate that got that constant. But if he did not get the required variables, What INEC should do is to declare the election inconclusive. But if the other candidates got their own variables correct, but did get the constant, the same thing should go. Declare the elections inconclusive and call for fresh nominations. That's the way it should go. That is that's the constitutional way that to go about it. You cannot impose an unpopular candidate in a town that he is to administer. It doesn't. It will not give anybody confidence. It will not give anybody confidence. Imagine if it's in Britain, somebody, the president of America losing Washington, D.C., they'll be throwing eggs at him. They'll be throwing water at him because it's unpopular there. So those that put that 24 states and Abuja knew the importance of the president being popular in Abuja. You cannot be a stranger. A king, a ruler must not be a stranger in his own kingdom. You cannot rule.
But then, Mr. Anosike, people or the federal government did nothing about this. The federal government told the part of INEC. They told everyone a winner has been declared, and so be it.
What do you expect?
No, but we should go back to the Constitution.
In Nigeria, we don't bother about what history will think of us at the end of our adventure. When Buhari, who is going out, voted and in a secret ballot and showed who he voted for the world to see. That is also part of the rigging of the election. What we are doing is secret ballot. So for Buhari to have voted and shown the world, see, I voted for Tinubu, to me, that's cowardice of the highest order.
No, you should mind your words.
That is that's cowardice of the highest order. He should trust my word. He should trust my person. If my son is contesting an election, I don't have to show to the world that I voted for my son. My son should trust me that his daddy would vote for him. I don't have to begin that to show that the world, look, I voted for this person. So to me, it's an act of cowardice.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I would also want to point out here that a former Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Michael Andoaka, SAN, has faulted the decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission to declare the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, winner of the 2023 election. Now, he pointed out that it was illegal to declare a person president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria when such a person failed to meet the constitutional requirement, or the constitutionally required 25% of votes in the Federal Capital Territory. The senior advocate of Nigeria said this when he appeared, when he appeared on Arise TV, yes, at the weekend to discuss the outcome of the presidential and National Assembly election, mentioning that in a similar case in 2008, the Supreme Court interpreted the word and, conjunctively making it a mandatory requirement for anyone aspiring to be the president of the Federation. According to him, the law has not changed since 14 years ago. When the case was decided, adding that it will be incumbent on the apex court to reinterpret the section of the Constitution again. Do you think that should be done?
Well, as I told you, two things count in Nigeria, which is very unfortunate: loyalty and money. These are the two things that counts: loyalty and money. One, the CJN, Understand? I do wonder, how did he become the CGN? Do you understand me?
Tell us.
No. How did he become the CGN? That's where the word comes in.
It was appointed by the president.
So, who is he answerable to? The president. Because this is Nigeria. In America, the Supreme Court judge is not answerable to the President of the United States. They are truly independent. But here, as I said, one, the CGN is going to appoint the judges that will preside over the case. I hope you know that. Mm-hmm. So how did the CGN get his own appointment? How did he become the CGN? I'm not taking you to the issue of what? How did I get here? Who is responsible for my being here? Which is the same thing that influenced Mahmoud's decision. How did I become the INEC chairman? CGN is going to ask himself, how did I become the CGN? And mind, it is the same the CGN that is going to appoint the 5 judges that is going to sit on that case. The CGN are going to appoint the judges that he is comfortable with, that will do his bidding, while he will do the bidding of those that influence his appointment.
So it means you are saying that you're not expecting the Supreme Court to do otherwise.
I pray that they do otherwise. And it is in their own interest that they deliver justice, not judgment. It will be in their own interest that they deliver justice, follow due process, make sure that the right thing is done, interpret the Constitution the way it should be. And mind you, these people have not really been interpreting the Constitution. If they are doing it, Hope Uzodinma wouldn't have been the governor of Imo State. Do you understand that? Somebody who, Imo State has 27 local governments. Hope Uzodinma won only 2 local governments. In the overall election, he came fourth. He went to the Supreme Court, and they awarded him victory. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. So they are not really in giving, our Supreme Court is not giving justice. If they are giving justice, Ahmed Lawan wouldn't have been given certificate of return because he's not qualified to contest for the Senate.
You mean Ahmed Lawan?
Yes, you cannot contest 2 elections the same period. Presidency and the senatorial.
Okay.
So which means our Supreme Court is not really giving justice. But in this case, it is in their own best interest that they give justice, because the tension is high. Nigerian masses are angry. And I don't know what will happen if justice is not given.
The former Minister of Justice also pointed out that the electoral umpire violated its own guidelines by failing to upload results of the election from the polling units directly to its server. Now, I'll get to where we are now. You know, Lai Mohammed's latest, response, to this issue of, result upload and all of that, right? That INEC actually failed. What the Minister of Justice is saying is that INEC failed to upload results of the election from the polling units directly to, the server. Now, let's now fast forward to the current statement, by Lai Mohammed, like I mentioned. The Electoral Commission, INEC, deliberately withheld the real-time upload of presidential election results from polling units. Lai Mohammed said, according to reports, by, the papers also. Now, Mohammed said INEC's decision to uphold the upload was because of the suspected cyber attack. Let me read that again. He said that the decision to withhold the upload was because of a suspected cyber attack. INEC, suspecting cyber attack, withheld the uploading of the results in order to, preserve the integrity of the data, he said. Now, Mr. Mohammed's claim is, however, different from what INEC told Nigerians a day after the 25th February election, that the commission had told Nigerians that its failure to upload the result was due to technical glitches and not any form of sabotage or cyber attack. Ms. Anosike.
Well, I saw something like Mohammed saying that that he was quoted out of context. I've seen something like that, yes. But these guys, I don't really read what Mohammed said. Understand me? There are people that I don't bother to read what they say. Just like Festus Kiyamo, Fani Kayode. Understand? Because I cannot, to me, reading what they are saying is just making myself angry. So, but if it's a communication between him and INEC, I don't know if INEC communicated to him that they deliberately withheld a result. That could be a serious indictment, because that's not what they told us before the election. What they told us that they are going to upload in real time. And I have read that somebody also said that there was no cyber attack on INEC facilities. So there's a lot of back and forth. So I don't know where this guy got his own information, but since Lai Mohammed said that nobody is hungry in Nigeria, I cease to believe whatever he says. Understand? Because even in America, people are hungry. But this guy said that in a country where more than 130 million people are in poverty, that nobody is hungry. So there's nothing again that you can say that I will believe.
People have been calling for the removal of Mahmoud Yakubu, as the INEC chair. And, there's been protest here and there, and recently a counter-protest, okay? But then I want to ask you, Yakubu's exit, from INEC, is it necessary right now? Is there,
for me,
I mean,
it's not necessary now until all these court cases are over. INEC is a body, but the buck stops at somebody's table. If you remove him now and bring somebody else, he may tell you that he wasn't the one that conducted the election. As he never made any promises to you. Do you understand that?
Sure.
So calling for his removal now is wrong until the petitions are over. And for you to know that this the worst election in this country, over 120 petitions. 120 petitions. And this thing can take 2 to 3 years before they can be exhausted. So for me, the INEC chairman should be there to answer for all the mess that he committed. So
do you think the Minister of Information, is trying to tweak or twist the actual narrative.
For me personally, that's I don't. He has no character. He has no integrity. So you shouldn't expect anything good from him. He has no character. He's bereft of character. He's bereft of integrity. So you shouldn't expect anything good from him.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I know you are eager to put your call across, so your voice will be heard. We're streaming live on YouTube. Don't forget, you can go there and join the conversation. Of course, drop your comment. That's what I mean. VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. And you can also call in ask some persons to join this conversation also. You can also share it with people so they join the conversation. Before I get to open up the studio lines, I would want to draw your attention to two basic issues. First of all, is the issue of division in the country. Some have opined recently that the country has never been this divided, since the era of the Nigerian Civil War. Do you tell same paths?
Well, divisions is one of the games because these politicians, they fund the embers of war just to get what they want. After it, they will now begin to preach peace. So, but at every election time, the politics is always heated. But because these people, because there's nepotism, there's hunger, there's nepotism in the country, there's hunger, there's the people are becoming discouraged, disenchanted. So I can say that Nigeria, people are talking about before the war. I don't really know what happened there before the war. But talking of division, I can say that from the way Nigerians voted, the divisions is not as much as it's been emphasized, because I'm not seeing much of North-South, where we just felt that ethnic something is in Lagos. Understand me? It's in Lagos where some people are saying Igbos that you shouldn't vote. It didn't happen in most of the states. In a state like Taraba, an Igbo man won an election there. So there wasn't too much of north, south, east, west stuff. And I feel that if the winner of the election was, if the right thing is done, Nigeria will be back again.
Nigeria will be back again. VOP 90.3 FM. Yeah, we still have a couple of issues to talk about, maybe one or two, but then let's get your reactions quickly now. Okay? 0700 903 903 903. Okay? That's the number to call, 0700 903 903 903. We're streaming live also, okay? You can join the conversation. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let me remain anonymous. But I'm calling from Badagry.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what is happening now. It's now well known to everybody, even the foreign officials who came here to monitor the election have all said that this election is too bad for a country like Nigeria. And the man there is saying the truth about what is happening. Well, we thank God that P2B has made his mark as a Labour man, and now the whole thing has been turned against him by those of them who greatly voted for him in the initial stage to that 25th of February. Now the side has changed now by INEC, and they want to blame P2B. Well, no problem, because he's an Igbo man. You see, when we continue to behave this way, putting tribal sense into what we are doing, yes, it's nepotism. And for our head of state, who told it to everybody that as he's leaving, he wants to give a very fair election, that everybody commend him for that. Unlike what we saw during the time of Abiola time, which Babangida annulled. But this time around, instead of this man coming up to write his name in gold, in spite of all the atrocities he brought into this country, tell everybody that he will do better when it comes to lead Nigeria. You know? And now Nigeria is suffering a lot of evil from this man who thought that his governance is very easy. He has seen it all now, that he never did anything. He doesn't know what is called governance. Even the corruption he came here to fight, everywhere is corrupt. How much is Nigeria owing now? For something trillion, when we lead the paying, even the election that could have given him a pass mark, he made the worst result of the whole thing. Now everybody's talking about the whole thing. Well, it is left to him if he wants to. The best thing he should do now to reclaim his identity and reclaim his good name is to annul this election and start afresh. Let's make it this time so that anybody that wins, the very person will go in and sit on there. But if we continue to go ahead and bring in this presidential elect, it will cause trouble. As the way I'm seeing it, will cause trouble. The youth are angry. Everybody is angry. Nobody is saying good thing about this election. Unless of those of them who have still feel that, yes, this is my own person. Let him, but initially, they never voted for him. Because see what is happening now. He has become their jewel. Now, let him go there, let him go there. Whether he's sick or not, let him go there. Well, we are watching. May God help this country. But God is watching what is happening in this country. And God is going to say something one day about those of them who don't want this country to move forward.
Thank you.
The whole giant of Africa. See how we are messing up and showing bad example to other nations of Africa. And, you know, it's too bad. Thank you very much. Keep on with the good work you are doing. God will bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much. All right. Feel free to also use WhatsApp you can send in your messages via WhatsApp also. And please, but then you can also go to YouTube and drop your comment so we could read it out. Okay. That's how I do it here. You can call now 0700 903 903 903. Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
Am I on to Voice of the People?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I think I want to first of all commend your guest in the house and also appreciate the fact that he was very objective in most of his analysis, so to speak. Let me tell you, you see, the reality of the fact is that we have, I don't know, both the so-called the learned ones among us have decided just to sell their integrity just for the sake of a pot of porridge. If not, I don't know why it becomes so difficult for us to just say the truth. What does it take for us to say the truth? In fact, it is very obvious, it is very clear to us that this thing, the so-called the election, just concluded election, was just a charade. If there is nothing, honestly speaking, I don't know why we are like this. I don't know how we got to this level. But the reality of it is that it is high time we should begin to at least be people of our weight. How can an empire like INEC, with all the humongous amount of money from tax, payers of people, came out and tell us that you are going to give us so things, with, and all of us troop out with excitement. You need to see how Nigerians were yearning for this election. And a night before that very day, I remember that some of us were like even singing praises, wake me up and all of those things, only to come out and do the whole thing. I remember that very day, I stayed in my polling unit. In fact, the almost 8 o'clock, while we were like telling these people, how can you go without, complying to your demand of sending the whole thing to the staff and all of those things? And they told us that they can't find the code and all of those things. In fact, we followed them to one of our closest, Ayetoro school, so to speak. And at the end of the day, we were asked to go home that something is not responding and all of those things. And here somebody will come out and tell us that, in fact, you should go to court. Well, no problem. But I am saying that if we continue in this very trend, honestly speaking, it will do us no good. And the young ones are watching. That is even the irony of it. The young ones are watching. When are we hoping to get things right in this country? It's very hard. It's very disheartening it doesn't speak well of us. Honestly speaking, for me, and I begin to wonder, what do you want the teachers to teach in the school? What kind of government do you want them to teach in the school? Because if anybody is to go by what we are being taught in the school, the whole thing is just a mess. Irrespective of this is not about tribe or whatever. No, let's put that aside and talk as human. That is my own take. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. All right. WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. Again, 0700 903 9039. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mr. Kama.
Talk to us. What's your name?
Hi, today.
Fine. What's your name and your location?
I'm Mr. Sonny from Badagry.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know what I want to contribute?
0700 903 903 903. All right. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. Like I said, if you must call, endeavor to keep your comments civil. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Lagos. My name is John.
All right.
I want to talk to you about this country. Yes, see, this country is not okay for us. Where are we going to? I don't understand. I don't understand. Let us do well for this country, please.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I was saying, I said the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mohammed Sanusi, I said Nigeria has never been this divided since the civil war of 1977 to 1970. He said that the country, because of the elections, was now dangerously divided among ethnic and religious lines, adding that it had put the integrity of public institutions in question. Yeah, it has put the integrity of these public institutions in question. Hello, good afternoon to you. Okay, so I want to find out. I want to ask you something. Can we still trust some of these professors? You know, yeah, it's true. It's true. You know, who before you know they've gone on strike. You know, demanding for their rights and all of that. And look at what professors are doing.
Well, for me, they say naturally, I don't like painting everybody with one brush. Understand? But one finger can spoil the thing. So, from the report that Intersociety sent, Intersociety said that 50 Nigerian professors, among which are 34 vice chancellors, allegedly participated in the rigging of the 2023 general elections. Do you understand that? That 50 Nigerian professors, and professorship is the zenith, the apogee, the highest in education. What does education do to you? Education brings a complete, rounded person. That's wholeness. That's what education does for people. So, and for somebody who has gotten to the peak of education, we should expect the best from him. Sincerely, when INEC began to use the professors for this election thing, I wasn't comfortable with it because it is prone with corruption and it takes integrity to say no to money. So I wasn't comfortable from the beginning when they begin to use lecturers, vice chancellors, and so on and so forth. But now, the whole thing has just if a professor should be engaged in election malpractice, the same professor can also be involved in exam malpractice because it is the same. So it will make the integrity of our educational system to be rubbish. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
So if a professor should be engaged in election rigging, what is he going to teach students?
Let's hear from this person. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Concerning the issue that you are
What's your name?
talking about, my name is Joshua.
All right.
Well, concerning this issue, what we need to do now is for us to depend on God. Because this Nigeria, we need intervention of God for this Nigeria. That's what happened now. But what we need to do is for us to be praying for Nigeria, for God to give us a better leader. And this thing now, for rigging something in Nigeria, I've got a real problem in Nigeria. And all this thing now, we need to be praying to God that God should intervene to this matter. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I actually wanted to do a recap of what you said earlier, but then we'll get back to that. The issue of our TMG and what's the other one again?
RMG.
RMG. We'll get back to that.
Yes.
We'll get back to that. But hold on. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
My name is Mr. Fab. Yes, I want to contribute to this discussion. What I actually want to add to these things is that this election that just passed, I don't like where people were saying there is nothing about tribalism. There's nothing about tribalism. Tribalism is there in the INEC. The tribalism is there in our leadership. Tribalism is there in our political leaders. Because all these things are a planned thing to make sure that a particular tribe cannot evolve in the leadership of this country. And I want to tell you, this is the main thing that will destroy this country. It's not corruption. It's not that Nigerians are not intelligent or whatever thing they might call it. But what I want to tell you, marginalizing a particular people who's supposed to move this country forward and have been moving this country forward in every area of life. But they insisted that particular people, anywhere they come, they want to make sure they don't allow them to come up. And the thing is slowing down everything in this country. And as much as they continue, it will not be too long. When somebody is pushed to the wall, one day the person will bounce back, and it's not going to be the same again. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. All right, now before I get to take more calls now, you said that you started by saying that what's his name, Festus Okoye,
Yes.
was actually
The founder and the head of TMG, meaning Transition Monitoring Group, which is an election monitoring body. Understand? So, and from 1999 to 2015, PDP was in power. And APC, that's Bola Tinubu, came to power with AD in 1999. Then in 2003, he transformed to AC, and later to ACN. So from 2000 upwards, TMG was working for the opposition. Mind you, PDP was in power. Transition Monitoring Group, which is headed by Festus Okoye, was working for the opposition. It was because of it that we formed RMG, Right Monitoring Group. We formed it as cement bus stop towards the Ikeja, with Femi Adowo as the head. And the purpose is basically to checkmate the false information that TMG was dishing out to the public. Do you understand that? So RMG was formed to counter TMG, which is owned by Festus Okoye. Do you understand it? So you can see where this guy is coming from. And that's in Nigeria, two things count: loyalty and money. So his loyalty has been with those in the opposition. That's why I said that I'm surprised that when he was drafted into INEC, PDP did not raise objection. That is what I said. PDP shouldn't have...
That's Festus Okoye.
When Festus Okoye was appointed into INEC, PDP should have opposed it. Other political parties who know the pedigree of Festus Okoye with a TMG should have opposed it. But they allowed it. So that's why I said that it was as if they were hypnotized.
Okay. Back to the phone lines now. 0700 903 903 903. Let's just get your take on this. Check your time. It's 2 p.m. on the DOT. All right. Back to the phone lines now. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Jude.
Yes. Welcome.
Yeah. It's best on like untransmittable.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Concerning this issue, I just want to make some inquiry from the other man in the studio. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So you are saying PDP or other parties should have objected the inclusion of Festus Okoye into, but you as your own group, did you put research on such issue? Did you the issue of not letting him into the INEC or whatever? Did you as a group raise such notification?
As a group, RMG, which I belong to, wrote...
Yes. As your own, yes, RMG, yes, right monitoring group.
We wrote a petition. Do you understand me? We wrote a petition stating who Festus Okoye is.
You wrote a petition?
RMG wrote a petition.
The concern is, why didn't, the main opposition party then, which is the People's Democratic Party?
RMG, we wrote a petition. But mind you, we cannot cry more than the bereaved. We are an election monitoring body. We are not a political party. So we are not running for any elective positions. PDP should have taken it up. They woke up during Norita Onochie own, but by then a lot of things has gone bad.
Back to the phone lines. Just keep your comments civil if you are calling, okay? And just keep it 60 seconds. Yeah, I think that's good enough. 60 seconds. Hello, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Innocent Africa.
Can you move away from your radio set?
All right, I'll slow it down.
Quickly, please.
Yeah, hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not a politician. My only contribution to this podcast is that Nigeria should continue, let us be present in prayers, which is when I mean prayers is the prayer that comes to God in truth and in spirit. That these are the prayers that Jehovah God, Almighty Living God, answered. Because the whole of this Nigeria, God is watching and God is knowing what is happening here, and God is knowing what is going to do to Nigeria in terms of these matters. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so have you heard what I said? My major point, what I said.
Thank you. Yeah, I got your point.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. All right, you can also call via WhatsApp, okay? Someone is asking if you can call via WhatsApp. Israel Asemota. Yeah, you can call via WhatsApp, okay? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
I can hear you. 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, maybe you should call back. Let's take this one. Good afternoon.
Hello. Mr. Jude, you ended the call there. I didn't finish my question with best. Hello.
Can you go ahead, please?
Okay. So I was trying to say something there before the call ended. So now, but in the course of listening to him again, he said they as a group can't cry more than they believe. But I understand that who are the beliefs here? The election, is it about the political party or about Nigerians? You are Nigerians and you know the integrity of Festus Okoye, the right from time. You don't expect PDP to talk. Because for me, I think PDP, realizing that Festus Okoye is being slotted into INEC, believed he might work for them since they have been together for a very long time. So they choose not to talk, believing he's going to be loyal to them as usual. So you people are the one, when you know him very, very well, because I only know him after, in the course of this election. So you know him better. You can't say you are not primer than you believe, because the election is not about PDP or APC or anybody. It's about Nigerians. So you ought to have taken up the petition more than the way you did. Not telling us that you just know him and you represent to them and you can't come out and believe. That's unfair on who in Nigeria who are getting the pin right now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let me explain myself.
All right.
Festus Okoye was the founder of Transition Monitoring Group. Festus Okoye was the chairman of the body that conducted INEC, appointed in 2010 to conduct the election that brought P2B into power. Festus Okoye, Femi Adowo, Mike Ozokome, and 2 others. So Festus Okoye is not a stranger in Nigeria. PDP was in power from 2019. So everybody know who Festus Okoye is and what he was doing. When he was appointed into INEC, what we did as a civil society group is to raise an alarm. We raise an alarm, see this thing is wrong. Then those who are, the politicians should have taken it up from there, but they didn't say anything. They allowed it.
So there was nothing you...
We've done what we are supposed to do.
By raising an alarm?
By raising... you shouldn't expect us that to go and occupy Ojota now. We shouldn't.
All right. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Am I on to Voice of the People?
Yeah, 90.3 FM.
Okay. God bless you for your job well done there. I always listen to your station. And also thank the guest speaker speaking there. He's a good analyzer. You see, sometimes things happening in our country make us to, sometimes people like me, I do shed tears. How can we, in Nigeria, that God has blessed so much like this, and we are all suffering because of bad leadership? But what I always think of is our leaders, they do travel abroad and see so many things, how the country and everything is moving smoothly and moving well. Why can't they bring these things down here to better our country? Because I myself, I have been to so many countries and I've seen differences. You know, sometimes when we come back here, the government is not doing anything. It's not doing anything at all. Even to my least, I know so many things that I've learned from abroad that I used to better my life, better my business, better my family, better my home. These are things I learned from outside. But I don't know why our leaders, they will go outside all these places. And at the end of the day, I don't see anything they are bringing back home. To my best of knowledge, I know that some of all these countries, many of us go to hustle or do anything. I know that some of them, if their leader go to any other country, you know, they will see something that they don't have. They will bring it down to their own side and implement and begin to work toward that thing. And the thing will begin to better their masses and all that. But our own, I don't see look at it. Some of them, anything that happens, they will run to that country. for health and all those things? Who is there has American come to this place for a health issue? Who is there that London come to continent Nigeria for a health issue? And we are going to them. Because they better their country. I don't know why our leaders won't do all those things. And coming to the side of election, in fact, my brother, the things that happen in this election, I only say that God will judge all the people that are involved, all the people that saw their hand in making this country the way it is today, that God will surely judge them. Because every one of them know that what happened is not an election. They all know that, but they fail to say the truth. But I know that God's judgment will surely come upon them, no matter whosoever they are. That is my take on that, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your call. Let's see if we can go through some of these messages. This person says that the Minister of Information has just proven that the INEC chairman lied to us because his statement in Washington countered that of the INEC chairman's own. Mike from Ijesha sent in that. Mike, thank you so very much. Let's see if we can touch on these also. Coming to... Okay, please, you can leave a voice note. I really don't know why I'm not getting WhatsApp. Maybe we'll get to check the connections and see what's really going on. But then you can also call via WhatsApp. Yeah, you can call now. Maybe you can try calling. Okay, most especially those calling from the diaspora, right? Yeah, please, you can call via WhatsApp and let's even understand. Let's see what's happening. Thank you so very much. But for now, 0700 903 903 903 is the number, and WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Let's see if we can talk to this person. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Can you move away from your radio set?
Hello.
Oh, move away from your radio set and call me back. Move away from your radio set and call me back. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. The number is 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon. I think we're having network issues right now. Well.
Okay. Let me respond further to what the other
he
guy
said.
That we didn't do enough according to him. Understand? So this change issue that they did in 2015. Understand me?
Yeah.
This change. That's whatever. One, in Nigeria, most people are myopic. We don't see beyond our nose, which is unfortunate. In 2007, that's when Obasanjo was about to conduct his election. That's 2000, after being in the office for about 8 years. That's 1919 that's to 2007. So then I wrote a book which I titled The Many Sins of PDP. The book has a rider, Why the People's Democratic Party Does Not Deserve to Rule Nigeria.
Okay.
That was in 2007. So the former governor of Osun State, who was working with Boname Tinubu then, Rauf, that's Adebosanda, came and bought 1,000 copies of the book. The person that linked me to Adebosanda is Femi Babafemi, who is now the spokesman of NDLEA. He was the person that linked me to Adebosanda.
Okay.
Tinubu sent somebody that come and buy 500 copies. That was because in the book, I enlisted this what the PDP was doing wrong, and how to get it right, how they could be changed. Understand me? So, after writing that book, one thing, I don't want to cause a problem for anybody. The dedication was to the Nigerian suffering masses. Then, no acknowledgement, because I know that the security agencies will come after me. So after writing and publishing that book, I went to Shangisha. Before I started selling the book, I went to Shangisha and gave a copy to the guy that is heading the SSS there. I said, I did this thing. Understand me? So just you look at it. So after going through, he said, well, that's for him, that he didn't see anything wrong. Do you understand that?
Sure.
But that he's working for government. If they tell him to come after me, that he'll come after me. I say, when they are conscious and allow you that to come after me, he said that he sold his conscience the day he signed for this work.
Wow.
So that government has bought his conscience. That's what the guy in charge of SSS Asketu Shangisha then told me. Understand? So AP, then it was ACN. ACN came and bought over 2,000 copies of the book. At that time, Tinubu has Muis Banire, Arebo Sonda. There were 5 key kingmakers then. They were analyzing the book. Understand me? So what the SSS did was to be chasing me up and down. Understand me? Chasing me, that's up and down. But until when Array became a DG of SSS, Array now told them that's to stop it. So if you are convinced in what you want to do, you should go all out and do it. But I shouldn't have done more than that.
What you did.
And Nigeria is a cost country. Why I wrote that book was because the democracy that civilians fought, a military man inherited it. It was Gani Fawehinmi, that's Abakoba, and other activists that fought the military. At the end of the day, a retired military man inherited that fight. That's Obasanjo. Then in 2007, I wasn't happy with, I was telling myself, this is not the democracy that we fought for. This shouldn't continue. PDP must not continue with this. Then the change started from then. Then in 2015, another military man inherited that change. That is Buhari. You see it? So Nigeria from day one seems like a cost country.
Okay, but let's see if we can read this message on WhatsApp. YouTube, my YouTube people, I'm still coming. I'm coming. I'll get to read all of your messages, okay? Now on WhatsApp, this person says politicians are the same. Their difference is their followers. Nobody is saint among them. Just need God intervention. Tijani from Isolo. All right, I just read that. Thank you so much, Tijani. Phone calls. Well, I'll take more calls. Okay. Pardon me. Just give me a few seconds. I'll get back to the phone line so that I can take your calls. Someone is saying this is Buhari 2.0 all over again. I guess we all remembered Buhari disappeared to London during his first few months of his tenure. Where is the president-elect? This is deja vu.
That's the continuation.
Well, you can send your messages via YouTube, okay? Just in case I'm not able to take your call, you just do YouTube for me, all right? Just keep dropping your messages, and I would read all of them, okay? VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube, And of course, go to the comment section and drop your comment. Back to the phone lines now. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Tudu Awoda from Misolo.
Okay.
God will bless you with your program. We really love it. And your case, you don't even cite anybody. God will bless you. So, if you say somebody like him there, like him and Ruvai there for this Nigeria, like 100, maybe this Nigeria for better. For example, now, all these things happen, all this peace accord, where they sign peace accord, all this Busalami, all of them, where are them right now? Last week, in March of Abuja, according to the news, say anybody will do this YU for this election, God will judge it. It's not attend to do any fasting as they did now, right now. So we are not happy. All the youth are not happy. If this our judge just decided to carry and give to Tinubu, Nigeria will decide. I'm telling you, that's my contribution. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. But what we preach here is unity and togetherness.
And peace.
And peace. Exactly. That's what we preach. And we analyze issues here without any form of bias at all. Yeah. I dare say that without any form of bias and without fear or favor, though, we must understand that without fear or favor and without bias, we say things just the way they are. We try to balance issues here. But then that's why I say if you were calling, keep your comments very, very civil. And call 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Rajide.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Wale from Ipaja.
All right.
Yes, what I want to say is that though we have a good country, but we have a bad leader. I'm sorry to say that. Because I think our leader, they will travel all over the world and they see the way. Okay, the thing is that nobody above the law. You see, see what the natural battle now, the former president of America. And our politician, okay, during the presidential election, see what somebody did, see what somebody talk about Yashin Edu and all that. And nobody's after that one. See what this Mr. Mulai Mohammed, see what he's doing in America currently now. See as everybody after Peter. And nobody, DSS, they are not after those who. They know the truth, but they know what is right to do, but they don't want to do it. So I don't just know. We have been praying, God will help Nigeria, God will help Nigeria. For how long we are going to continue praying, God will help Nigeria. So that means sure that our leader, they are the one of our enemy for this Nigeria. So I don't know, maybe.
Thank you.
Maybe God.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. 0700 903 903 903. Quickly, Mr. Anosike, okay, let me take some calls, then I'll bring you back to this issue of, a 5 million naira sanction, on Channels Television. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Julia.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Acolyte from Oshodi.
Acolyte, good to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I love what your analyst said, all that he said concerning this election. Because what happened in Nigeria is election, not election. And one thing about the politicians, they are doing this thing so that every 4 years, they will still come out again to promise us water, promise us light, promise us good education. Yet, if they happen to be elected into that position, they will not do anything. So that the next 4 years, they will come out again and promise the same thing. Because by now, we're not supposed to be hearing, I will give you water, I will give you light, I will give you this, I will give you that. Because we have the resources, the natural resources that God has given us in this country. Most of the advanced countries, they not even have half of it. And they are doing better. It's only God will save us in this nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless Nigeria. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm trying to see if I can also take this voice message. But then, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ojo. My name is Austin. I'm calling from Ojo.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. This is the first time in calling your show. You have your own show. First time at least I'll be exposed to do this. So, thank you very much for your time. Yes, I have a question. Should I go on?
Yes, please.
Okay, yes. My question is, right from the beginning, the president, why is it the president, why is it the only one that appoints as the chairman?
I can hardly hear you.
You said, why is it the president?
Why is that it is the only the president, without any party, that appoints the INEC chairman? That is one. Then two, why can't the appointment of INEC chairman be among the deputy lecturer? Or why can't the appointment of INEC chairman be within the House of Head? Or why don't the appointment of INEC chairman be within the corpus of the United States? That's my question. Then two is that I also want to ask you that why is it that the people that have been in power for 1990, there are the people there. Is there no hope for we, like me, I'm a youth? Where am I going to actually become at the power? That's my question. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah.
His first question was, why is the president the only one to appoint the INEC chairman? Well, that's what the Constitution says. It is within the power of the president to appoint the chairman of INEC. It is within for an instance, the Supreme Court, the Justice Commission can appoint, but the president will approve. But the president will always have interest on whoever emerges. Understand? So saying he also asks, why wouldn't the INEC chairman come from the university? Understand me?
Yeah.
So for me, basically, we're not talking about qualification now. The emphasis should be on what? Character. Because some university professors were involved in the rigging of this 2023 election. So we should be talking of somebody who is competent, who has character, who has integrity, and not where he or she comes from, and not even from his religion or his ethnic group, but competency and character. Okay. I feel that should be our watchwords.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Arinze Kechuku.
All right.
I'm calling from Agoda Surrey.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that will be done now will be new thing to us. Some time ago, Babangida said Nigerians are the greatest shock absorbers. Give them water, give them good roads, give them electricity. They don't want to know how much government is generating. It's only when you deny them those things that they begin to kick, because they have studied us and know that we don't have problem. We have always been surviving on our own, and by God's grace, we will continue to survive. If they are giving Channel Television 5 million, they should be proud to share it among their listeners. I will partake in paying the 5 million because they are doing good job. As far as not on the side of the government, you will be always the enemy. I wonder why they have not even sanctioned Hussein Irufai of Arise TV, because he's the greatest enemy of this administration for standing for the truth. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too. Thank you so very much. 0700 903 903 903. Check the time is 2:30 So it means we have, say, about 20 minutes to wrap up. Okay, but then I will still take more of your calls. Okay, I can still take calls now. Good afternoon.
It's me again, but I never because made up my this before I cut me about that. The thing that see, the way I'm see this thing, maybe not go back to because this one that Mr. Olule helping Mr. Miloko. So this Mr. Miloko, who put Mr. Olule there? Is it not the same Mr. Miloko? So this our politician. I just do it party. I'm sorry to say this, but the thing is for this one is for the people and by the people. You understand? But this one just a do no. I'm loyal to my party. I don't suppose to be like that. I don't just know the way our politicians behave it this way. They should pity us with this thing. Just that we are going through a lot in this Nigeria. If any small thing happens, they will not. I think I want to make a suggestion that if they can even do it this way, all those UK and America, if they can try to, I don't know whether it is possible, maybe they even try to, ban them somehow, so that because if anything happens, they will not go overseas. They will leave us here. Suffer the pain, see this cashless this thing they have put us through, and the same money they say we should not spend, and they say come back that we should continue spending. And this, I can't see such as a wickedness. They are just wicked in us. I don't just understand. That's what I want to say.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, a whole lot of persons have been asking, even on YouTube here, about the president-elect. Where is the president-elect? Where is where is he? What's happening? We've not heard from him and stuff. A whole lot of persons have just been asking this question. But then, what can I say? Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Please, I want to contribute to the program.
All right, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Chooks.
All right, Chooks.
Yeah, speaking from Agege.
All right.
Now, the problem we have in this country is that power has been in the hands of the ignorant. People that doesn't have understanding of democracy. Power has been in their hands. And these people have been mismanaging this power and mismanaging the whole country. Now, the only thing that we can do is to allow those ones that know the rules, the game, those that know politics to handle the country. And for them to enter, for them to handle the country, for them to pass through the process, it's going to be a difficult one. But the moment we have a good leader, everything will change in this country. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. Well, Mr. Anosike, the Independent Broadcasting Association of Nigeria has sought clarifications from the National Broadcasting Commission on how it reached the decision to slam a 5 million naira fine on Channels TV.
Well, for me, MBC is a regulatory body. It wears the big stick, and it gives out its ethics of practice, which if you sign under them, you must abide by. But where I'm faulting MBC is being biased, not being objective. Criticism happens everywhere in the world. But here, if you criticize the government, they will call you opposition. They call you an enemy. So, but if you have a regulatory body, you have to abide by their dictates. So there's nothing wrong in criticizing a government. You are helping a government by criticism. You are helping a government by criticizing them. You are helping a government by addressing their ills. But most of the institutions in Nigeria, as I said earlier, are biased. They are not truly independent. MBC is loyal to whoever, the MBC chairman is loyal to whoever made him to get that position. So that's why.
But is it supposed to be like that?
It's not supposed, understand me. That's not the way it should be. Just like in America, their Federal Reserve, their president cannot touch it. Understand me? Their Federal Reserve is like our CBN. American Federal Reserve is truly independent. The president cannot regulate American Federal Reserve. But here, the CBN governor is a puppet of the presidency, or is a puppet of the party in power. So MBC is also toying or doing the will of the party in power. When you criticize government, MBC will wear the big stick on you. But in advanced countries, it's not so. As I said, criticism helps government to be on their toes. So you criticize somebody to do better, but in Nigeria, when you criticize, they take offense.
All right, thank you. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, Jude, God bless you, brother.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Ken from Prayer Estate.
All right.
I'm Wardoffin.
Okay.
Yes, you know, there was a night I was in pain when one of your staff, Precious, was trying to cut down on what people are saying. And eventually I said, I don't blame her. Because you can see, somebody can come to your station there. Like somebody called from US and say, it's at owner's risk. If you go to a bank and park your car at the outside and they steal it, you can't sue the bank. So also, if somebody comes to the radio station and makes a statement, it's not the radio station that is making the statement or the TV station that is making the statement. But we know what is happening. We know where we are. But my concern, sir, is that what they are running from, they may soon meet it. Because if you push a man to the wall, what is the next thing? A lot of Nigerians have been pushed to the wall. Each time I drive past toll gates, I remember something. And it's still like that. Months or years later now. And yet they've not learned from that sordid act. So the president-elect told us that he's going to continue from where Baba Buhari stopped. Baba Buhari started by going to London for treatment from the beginning. 8 years now, they've not been able to build a standard hospital. That's why I keep telling people that they should stop talking about Nigeria, Igbo, Yoruba, Igbo. They are just using that one to confuse things. Our vice president, when he was sick, what did he do? So if that man had been the one running against Tobi, it would have been a gun battle. And Nigeria would have seen what it means to have a clean contest. Because we would have seen two characters, two men that we can raise our hands. Whether you are Yoruba Igbo or Hausa, I can raise my hand for the little time we have seen the vice president act. But unfortunately, money banks bought it and they're insisting. So, like the other caller said, I'm willing. That money they bill channels. Yeah. Please, I encourage lazy use of Nigeria to rise up. Let them rise up. Let's pay that money to them.
Right.
I wouldn't want channels to pay that money because they are representing us. At least they are our voice. They are making us to know what is happening. That is my plea. Let them bring out the money. We share it. Let Nigerians contribute. The lazy use we pay it. Mark it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. All right. Hello. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good afternoon from here. What's your name and where's the location?
Oh yeah, I'm AY. I'm calling from Maryland.
AY. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Kamajide.
I bring you good greetings. Talk to us.
Yeah, I just have some. Before I get into, I just have some constructive criticism for your media team. On YouTube, if you guys could make sure we get the name of the speaker, because I don't know the name of the speaker, and he's really brilliant. I didn't get his name, so if you guys can be putting the name of your guest, that would be great.
Okay, but is there
Thank
right?
you.
Is there right now? His name is Peter Anosike. He's there. He's on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Peter, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just gonna go straight. You said something, Mr. Peter, which I often re-echo whenever I call in to speak with Mr. Ikamijude. You say, the democracy that military men is really the military that gained from this supposed democracy we're practicing, and it just bleeds further to what I always say, that we officially in a full-blown civilian dictatorship. That's exactly where we're heading to. If the atrocities that were committed on the election go unpunished, and it means Nigeria has officially descended into a civilian dictatorship. And I'll give you, if this was a real country with checks and balances, a minister of aviation by the name of Hadi Abubakar Siriki, do you know that this man, not only has he scammed the country twice, he has done it again. Let me go to the first scam. This is the same man in charge of aviation that promised a national carrier, Nigerian Air, at the cost of 100 million naira. He designed the logo. Imagine a logo cost 100 million, and it was not even done in Nigeria. They even give it to a Nigerian designer. So that would be good. No, they had to go to Bahrain. Nigeria had to pay somebody in Bahrain to give us a design of our own national carrier. He also bought it, the national carrier nonsense. He brought it to the air show in London. 14 billion naira spent, not a single plane. 14 billion naira spent, not one plane. Then it came again, Mr. Sarika came again. He bought 10 firefighting trucks at the cost of 12 billion naira. Ladies and gentlemen, the man bought 10 fire trucks for 12 billion naira at the cost of 1.2 billion a truck, the most expensive fire truck in the world by a margin. Sir, if this is not a civilian dictatorship, why would the first few months of the supposed president be spent in London, where everybody is saying, where is the president, where is the president? Meanwhile, Nigeria is paying 1-point-something million every day for our national airplane to be parked in London. Every day they charged us. My brother, this is not a country. It is civilian dictatorship. Mr. Peter, don't talk him. Tell me why that man is going freely after duping the nation 3 times in a row. Nobody said anything. These are the things they don't want us to talk about. They want us to talk about voice manipulation and stuff. I put it to you today that man went over to United States and just espoused propaganda. He contradicted the INEC chairman. Is that even his portfolio?
No.
We should ask him. But the INEC chairman told us there was no hack and their systems were fine. It was just a glitch. So you're coming to tell us it's a hack and your system was compromised and you have to turn it off. Okay, we want to see the system logs. Crickets.
Okay.
We want to see the cricket log because Amazon Web Services will not put their reputation on the line like that. They said there was nothing wrong with their server. The place who hosted the server is telling us that it's a lie, that nothing is wrong with their server. And you said there's something wrong? Let us see the system log that Amazon runs the system diagnosis on their system.
Thank you, AY.
This is the civilian dictatorship.
Thank you.
And I thank you for bringing somebody that always saying it. This is not a real country. Nigerians should start demanding for citizenship.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, AY. I appreciate your call, okay? But we need to also hear from some other persons before we run this afternoon, okay? You can still call if you are listening from the diaspora here. You can call via WhatsApp, okay? I think everything is in order now. And for us here, you can call 0700 903 903 903, okay? Yeah. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Chicks, calling from UK.
Okay.
Thank God you picked my call today. I was so pissed yesterday when you didn't pick my call.
Sorry about it.
Oh my God.
That. It was network. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like the last caller, said, the real problem we have in Nigeria is that we don't know the meaning of citizenship. And that's why I was so eager to get you on phone yesterday, because your guest yesterday, he said something that is unforgivable for me, that the Igbo people should go and beg. Is that how citizens should behave? A citizen sitting down in his father's house. Yeah. If you're a citizen, you don't need to beg anybody. If you know you have the capacity to rule, you come out and show the people, And this is why, these people are turning us around. Like, it's so crazy. It's some Nigerians just called now saying they're gonna go and pay a fine for channels. Are you encouraging them to continue to find them? That is unacceptable. We should start standing up and demanding our rights as citizens. That's what it is. I wasn't born in this country I'm living today, but I guarantee you, anything that I think I merit as a citizen, I go for it and I get it. That's what we should start doing in Nigeria until we start letting these people know that we hire them, and if they mess about, we can fire them and start demanding like citizens, not roads, not lights. Those are basic. We need to stand up as citizens and, demand the good life, the quality life. And I tell you one thing, thank God for social media, because social media have made our people, most of our youth, to see how other countries they live. And that's why they have started demanding right now. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Appreciate your call so very much. Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Fire calling from Ogba.
All right. Talk to us quickly.
Yeah, I've been listening, but most Nigerians, they don't know that the problem lies with the judiciary. They don't know that. Voting people in and out of office is not a solution to Nigeria's problem. Right from 1960, they are taking your right away from you, the judiciary. Let's start from the NBC. Who are the people in that NBC? They are journalists. They are journalists. All of them are from the media, presenter like you, sir. They are from your community. They are the one there. But when they were writing the law, where were the Nigerian media? I don't know. Is the fine, is it not subject to challenge it in court for fair hearing? Because you cannot just go and slam 5 million, and you cannot be a judge on your case. It should be the judiciary that should have final say. Because you can accuse me and put a fine on me in the United States. The police pull me over, gives me a ticket. That is not final. I'll still go to court if I want to fight it. That I'm not going to pay this fine. I'll go to court and present my case. So what is this right here? It's just channel television will go and pay this money? even though you go to the judiciary, all the judicial arms are appointed too, which is an abomination to what we call the government of the people, by the people, for the people, or whatever. Judicial arms to get their power from the general population. If we can elect our president, we can elect the executive and the legislative arm. How come we don't elect the judicial, the justice arm of the government? That is where the problem is. Somebody is talking about a minister that wasted some money somehow. Who is going to prosecute him? If we have elected our prosecutors like they did in the United States, everybody will maintain their line. All this corruption will come down. The problem Donald Trump is facing today, those people taking him to court now are the prosecutors elected by the people, not appointed by the governor or by the president. The people voted for them.
Thank you.
The sitting vice president to Joseph Biden today, she was district attorney in LA, throwing people into jail. And she was, every time she wants to continue, you go back to the people, renew my tenure. Then the judges are elected too. But here, when the judges are appointed, what do you get? Even though you want to take that minister to court now, they will finish you with adjournment.
All right, thank you so much.
The judge is not coming to knock on your door to renew his tenure.
Thank you. I have to let you go. I appreciate your call. Mr. Anosike, let's begin to wrap things up now. Let's get to your final words before we go this afternoon.
Well, my final words is, as that speaker said, our eyes are on the judiciary to do the right thing. There's no ambiguity in our constitution. What the constitution says for declaring a presidential candidate is 24 states and Abuja.
Okay.
Not 25. Abuja is not a state. Abuja is not being treated as a state. So for anybody to be a president of Nigeria, he must get 25% from Abuja. Anything other than that is an illegitimate president.
Thank you so very much. I think this person has been on hold for a while now. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Am I on?
Yes, you are on. Good afternoon.
Good morning. I'm picking my call.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things to say, but let me start to say this. It's a shame, first of all, that the professors hand in rigging this election. They are supposed to be credible. That is why we are where we are. Every time they will go on strike, and they cannot stand up to fight the corruption. They are being part of it. That's a shame. Now, I want to react to the guy that said, I don't know who said it, that Nigeria has never been this divided. That's untrue. We have always been divided. We gained independence in 1960. From 1960 till now, how many tribal wars have we had? How many religious wars have we had? How many destructions? Do you remember when Alaba Market was created? What led to that? That the Igbos were now shifted to that place to go sell their electronics and all that. We have always been divided. Maybe we should start thinking about disintegration. No, yeah. So, and another one I want to talk about is the 1999 Constitution. I know that we had a constitution before 1999 to that constitution. Why is nobody talking about that? We should be talking about that because this 1999 constitution was not created in the right way constitutions are drafted. So what happened? What I know about constitution is that they are never destroyed. They are never thrown away. So what happened to that? And we know that what we are practicing now is not democracy. It's not democracy. Nobody is held accountable. I don't even know what the heck our senators, our House of Rep are doing. Nobody is ever called to judgment or called to their action. Everybody is doing everything they want. DSS is doing whatever they want. They come. Look at the little kid that was kidnapped by DSS. And nobody is talking about it because the child was talking about release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they came to the village and picked this child up. I watched it on Arise News. I just couldn't. They called his name Kamsi. They picked this child up and put him in their truck and moved away. To where? To where? They just do whatever they want, and nobody cares. Is that the duty of DSS? The DSS don't even know their duties. The police don't know their duties. Senators don't know their duties. As right now, I know that certain things would happen, then the senators here will call those people in charge to come and answer. And they have to answer to the people. Right. So, and I also want to talk about the channel's television paying a fine. That is laughable. What are they paying a fine for? That somebody came to their channel to say something. If they have a problem with Dati Baba Ahmed, with what he said, they should ask him. They should sue him to court. But if he has committed any crime, they should go about it in the right way. You don't blame. This is intimidation and trying to silence the press, which is not acceptable.
Thank you so much. I want to appreciate you for calling. Yeah. Thank you, and thank you again. I think we have to go now. Check the time. It's 2:56 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, we have to go. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for joining the conversation. It's time to go, but I'll be here tomorrow, and of course, CP will be here with me tomorrow afternoon. Actually, by 12:30 up until 3 p.m. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Anosike, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. Do well to follow me on social media. Ikami Jude. IKAMIJUDEH. Ikami Jude. I'll be here tomorrow again. And do well to also follow VUP across all socials. We love you so much. Good afternoon to you.